Xbox needs to stop, and they have. Recently, they've begun selling off some of their game studios, and it honestly seems like Microsoft may have started laying the groundwork to eventually sell Xbox itself. But what got Xbox to this point? Well, Xbox has been heading downhill for years, but I want to go back to about 6 months, February 20th of this year, the day Xbox got its new CEO, Asha Sharma, replacing Phil Spencer, who led Xbox for 12 years, and in my opinion is one of the biggest reasons Xbox ended up where it is today. Now, on paper, Asha Sharma didn't really inspire confidence. She had no prior experience in the gaming industry, and her previous role was president of Microsoft's Core AI division. So naturally, people and myself were very skeptical, but she quickly proved a lot of people wrong. Her first major change was lowering the price of Game Pass from $30 to $23 a month. She also promised to, quote, recommit our core Xbox fans and players and not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Xbox even got a very cool new logo that finally got rid of the boring minimalistic style of the previous one. So then, what happened? Well, no matter how good Asha Sharma is, she's unfortunately just cleaning up the endless mess Phil Spencer made. Phil Spencer was CEO from 2014 to 2026. He took over just after the Xbox One launched and stayed throughout most of the entire Xbox Series X generation, a period that many people and myself consider the lowest point of Xbox. During those 12 years, Xbox slowly lost almost every advantage it had had. Its exclusives became fewer and in many cases worse than Sony. Console sales continued falling behind, and as of right now, Xbox will soon have the most expensive base console on the market. On August 1st, the 512 gig models are increasing by another $100, while the 1TB models are increasing by $150. That will put the disc version of the Xbox Series X at an insane $800. And throughout Phil Spencer's time as CEO, there were countless decisions that just hurt Xbox. I'm obviously not going to cover every single one because this video would be 3 hours long, but one decision in particular is directly responsible for where Xbox is today: its massive expansion. During the pandemic, gaming exploded. Millions of people were stuck at home, game sales skyrocketed, and Xbox believed this level of growth would continue. So they expanded. They hired more employees, built larger development teams, spent more money, and then they started buying entire publishers. They acquired ZeniMax Media, bringing studios like Bethesda, ID Software, Machine Games, and many others under Xbox for $7.5 billion. Then in 2023, after nearly 2 years of negotiations, Microsoft completed its $68.7 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, which brought over tons of IPs like Call of Duty, WoW, Overwatch, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, and many others, which they basically wasted. So then, what was it all for? Well, it was for Game Pass. Xbox thought Game Pass would be their future. Most of their first-party games came to Game Pass day one, whether they were big or small, like Call of Duty, and for a while, it was successful, with it peaking around 35 million subscribers. It eventually started to slow down, and instead of accepting that slower growth was normal, Microsoft decided to increase the monthly price from $20 to $30, a 50% increase in October of last year. This decision pretty much killed Game Pass, with millions of people leaving after the price hike. So many people left it even crashed the site, leaving people struggling to leave it. And that was just one area where they lost money with Game Pass. Xbox spends billions of dollars on getting third-party titles on Game Pass. For example, it was reported that Microsoft offered $300 million to get Star Wars Jedi Survivor for Game Pass. And Microsoft had reportedly expected Game Pass to reach nearly 80 million subscribers by 2026. Instead, it is sitting around 30 million. And that's what leads to the main reason I wanted to make this video: the layoffs. Xbox's revenue is lower than it's probably ever been. Console sales continue to struggle, and Game Pass fell far below Microsoft expectations. So instead of fixing the problems that created the situation, the solution became to lay off employees. Just a few weeks ago, Xbox announced it would lay off 3,200 employees as part of its Xbox Reset initiative. In addition, they are letting go of 4 studios, those being Double Fine, Compulsion, Ninja Theory, and Undead Labs. What's crazy is during the Xbox Game Showcase, a new Senua game was announced. These Senua games are made by Ninja Theory, and just a month after their new game was teased, they were let go by Xbox. And the problems just don't stop there. Xbox also discussed the growing hardware crisis. According to them, storage pricing has doubled since last fall, then doubled again, and they expect prices by holiday 2027 to roughly be 5 times higher than they were just 2 years earlier. So if you think Xbox hardware is expensive now, do not get your hopes up for the next gen. And honestly, I don't think Xbox can fix all of this, but I do think Asher Sharma is taking the company in a better direction, lowering the cost of Game Pass, focusing more on first-party exclusives, games like Gears of War E-Day, and even reducing Xbox's size after the years of overexpansion is probably something that needed to happen. The unfortunate reality is that the people paying their price aren't the executives who made these decisions, and keep in mind, this is only one round of layoffs. Over the past few years, Microsoft has laid off tens of thousands of employees across the company, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's even more at Xbox. Many of them because of decisions they had absolutely no control over. Hopefully, Xbox can rebuild from here because competition is needed for every single industry, especially gaming, and nobody benefits from seeing another major company struggle. Best of luck to Xbox, but more importantly, best of luck to every developer and every employee who is affected by these layoffs.